Let's just start with this. There's obviously a Donald Trump outrage machine, and there's obviously the balance of, covering the disaster. I mean, we didn't even deal with, Democrats actually pushed through a symbolic vote to protect net neutrality, which will die in the House. And if it somehow made it miraculously through a Republican House, of course, it would be vetoed by Trump. Uh, you know, Republican Washington and the Trump administration are awful in every conceivable possible way. They're harming human beings across the planet every single day. And they're also just a collection of, some of the worst, most disgusting people on planet Earth. Trump, Carson, the whole disgusting cabal of them. And, we've got to cover many other things. We've also got to put this sort of grotesque manifestation of Trump into the context of American capitalism and everything else. So, it's that sort of give and take. And then also, the comedy of it. But it's the give and take of not indulging into every single thing that, this scum does, and being in that sort of outrage cycle. But this comment yesterday, especially in the context, again, of what we see every day. We see ICE terrorism every day. We see families being ripped apart. We know that part of the plan that now is being developed to separate small children and all children from their parents if they're attempting humanitarian refuge at the border. And could you imagine knowing this administration, let alone, by the way, there was real mistreatment under the Obama administration as well. Obviously, let's be clear. If you're still attempting to flee your situation today with these gangsters in office, imagine what you're trying to get away from in Honduras, as an example. Honduras, of course, a coup state, going back to 2009, backed by the United States. That being said, this was Donald Trump yesterday. Sometimes it's important to lay bare the inhumanity, the fundamental racism, the fundamental dishonesty, and the fundamental grotesqueness of the person who sits in the main chair right now.
We have people coming into the country or trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals. And we're taking them out of the country at a level and at a rate that's never happened before. And because of the weak laws, they come in fast. We get them, we release them, we get them again, we bring them out. It's crazy.
So that's the language of fascism. That's the language of eliminationism. You look at Rwanda radio talking about cockroaches before genocide as an example. You look at the rhetoric of the genocides in Bosnia. And obviously it's not the same situation, but the rhetoric is on the absolute same continuum. And I don't see criminals every day. Every single day, I see families being ripped apart. I see homes being barged into without search warrants. I see comedians being harassed for joking about ICE. I see a guy in upstate New York, a farmer, getting threatened by ICE while they terrorize one of his employees. I see some scumbag jerk-off in Midtown threatening to call ICE on people speaking Spanish at a salad bar. That's what I see. And I see a racist, trust fund baby, scumbag president who has less than no integrity. There's no concept of integrity in any of these people. Administrating one of the biggest grifts in American history, a grift-based country. That's what I see. And so it is an important reminder sometimes to be clear about what we're dealing with and every single person in Washington who empowers them. Paul Ryan and all the rest of them who still want to make some feint at respectability, even as they empower Trump and administer a full frontal assault on 99.9% of Americans.